Matic Network. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about the price action that has been happening as far as Matic is concerned. Obviously, we are going to be looking at the technicals and just pretty much get to do our thing. So yeah, big shout out to everybody watching this. I go by the name of Muna. Welcome to Beyond 10X. I'm not a financial advisor. Let's look at the USD pairing because it's very important for us to look at both pairings, the BTC pairing and the USD pairing, because they are equally important. So if we zoom out and look at the daily chart, right, obviously we can clearly see that we had a situation where the price of Matic faced quite a lot of resistance right around this area. But the most important thing that I really wanted to show you guys is why exactly was Matic having such a great amount of resistance right around this area. So obviously, if we use the Fibonacci levels, right, if we look at the Fibonacci levels, if we draw it from there, from the top all the way to the bottom, right, you guys are going to clearly notice that we are, or rather we faced quite a lot of resistance, like literally close to the 38.2% fib level, which is a very good golden area. So obviously this is one of the reasons why we faced that amount of resistance. So the most important thing that I really wanted to focus on is the fact that Matic has been facing quite a lot of support right around this area. So if you guys can literally get to buy Matic close to this price point in terms of BTC, like literally close to about 2 cents, you guys are going to be doing very well, because we are forming somewhat of a double bottom. But of course, we might have situations where the price of Matic might end up just correcting down and just ending up breaking this level of support right over here. But that is highly unlikely, because there's a lot of people who are looking forward to investing in Matic. But you guys always have to make sure that you've got a little bit of backup, you've got a little bit of money put on the side in case the price of Matic drops down, because right now it really seems we are trading slightly below the 20 daily moving average. And if you guys have been doing technical analysis, right, then you obviously know that that is not really a good sign. I would have preferred a situation where the price of Matic was going, or rather trading above the 20 EMA, which is the orange line right over here. But right now we've been slightly trading below the 20 EMA, which is appearing as if the 20 EMA is providing some sort of resistance. So that is very bearish as well. But the more bullish news is we found support right around this area. So anything which is going to be closer to about 2 cents in terms of USD value, right, that is going to be a very good entry. But I'm going to be very extremely bullish when the price of Matic is obviously going to go above the 38.2% fib level, because this area is acting as some sort of resistance. So whenever we are going to be closing above this amount of resistance, then obviously we are going to go to the next golden fib level, which is about 61.8% fib level, which is about 0.34 US dollars. Anything which is going to be above the 3 cents price level, that is going to be very good. So obviously, if we look at the smaller time frames, yeah, you guys can clearly see that we are having situations where the price of Matic is forming higher lows. So the low right over here was obviously lower than this low right over here, which is very bullish. So we've got a higher low, and obviously the price is obviously going to be bouncing back and forth, and this is obviously going to be my ultimate buying zone. So anything which is going to be like in this threshold right over here, anything which is going to be below 2 cents and all the way above about $0.14, that is going to be very good. But obviously that is highly unlikely to happen, because obviously a lot of people are into Matic. So if you look at the volume, right, the volume profile, we can clearly see that the price of Matic has been gradually, the volume of Matic has been gradually going up, as you guys can clearly see right over here, right? We are having increasing unbalanced volume, and right now we are beginning to trend up. So in terms of the price of Matic, finding a lot more support, right? A lot more buying power. I think now is not really a bad time to invest, but of course you can find a better entry as far as being a little bit patient. That is as far as Matic is concerned in terms of US dollar value. So if we move over to the BTC value, right, we are having somewhat of a similar situation because we obviously got rejected right around the 38.2% fib level, which is like literally the same, right? And if you look at the volume profile, right, the OBV, according to the BTC volume profile, right, we are having a little bit of reduction in terms of the volume because obviously BTC has been performing extremely well as compared to a lot of alternative cryptocurrencies. This is one of the reasons why the Matic BTC pairing is showing more bearish signs as opposed to bullish signs in terms of the volume profile and also in terms of the price action as well, because according to this BTC pairing of Matic, right, we are literally forming slightly lower lows. If you guys can clearly see, right, this is the previous point where we found a little bit of support, and today we actually dropped down a little bit lower. So the low of Matic according to the BTC pairing was about 224 satoshi. So that's just something that you guys have to be considering. So obviously if BTC continues to overperform, right, a lot of these BTC pairings when it comes to alternative cryptocurrencies are going to be underperforming. So obviously you guys are going to be having opportunities where you are obviously going to be facing some very good buying opportunities. So obviously that is going to be extremely bullish as well. So let's look at the daily, right? If you look at the daily time interval, it's very evident the price of Matic has been trading way below the 20 daily exponential moving average, which is very, very bullish. And some would argue that this is actually forming something which is closer to, well, I can't really call it a bearish flag because this is not really it's not really resembling a bearish flag. If we had a bearish flag, we would have something like that, and the price of Matic would be trading in some sort of range, bouncing back and forth between the highs and the lows, and then gradually going down. So right now it really seems that we are finding support in terms of the double bottom theory, and that is going to be extremely bullish if Matic is really going to hold its support right over here. Let me just zoom in for you guys. If we are going to be able to hold this support level right over here, anything which is going to be about 223 satoshi, right, if we are going to be able to maintain this BTC price value of Matic, that is going to be very, very extremely bullish. But hey, there are situations where the prices just tend to go down and just surprise everybody. So you guys always have to have a little bit of side money just in case the price continues going down, and you guys can practice your dollar cost averaging. So just like I told you, as far as the USD pairing is concerned, right, I'm obviously going to be looking forward to the time when the price of Matic is going to obviously start trading above this resistance, which is corresponding to the 38.2% fib level. But obviously you guys can really get to make quite a lot of money, because if you look at the price range, right, all the way, right, we've got a lot of percentage profits to make. So this is literally a 54% profit value if you guys had to take this trade. Okay, so that is something which is overwhelming. So you can obviously get to buy right over here and then see what's really going to happen to the price of Matic right around the 38.2% fib level, right? So we might have a situation where the price of Matic is really going to go back and try to test this resistance right over there. But I really think that the price of Matic is going to be the resistance right over here is going to be broken. So the most important thing that we need is a lot of volume plus a lot of bullish fundamentals as well, because if I'm not really mistaken, Matic is going to be having some staking announcements, plus they have a little bit of updates which are going to be released in the month of June. So if that's really going to happen and a lot of people really get excited, then obviously the price of Matic is like drastically going to shoot to the moon. So obviously you have to take a lot of precaution, you have to be extremely careful and very wary, and always be on the lookout. So please remember to always use stop losses, right? So if I had to use a stop loss, right, obviously my stop loss would be close to about 223 Satoshi, right? Because I know for a fact that if the price of Matic drastically breaks this amount of support, right, obviously we're going to experience lower lows, right? So obviously having a stop loss which is very tight and very minimal is something which is going to help you reserve your money and your capital in the long run. So obviously guys, always make sure that you use a stop loss because it is very important. So always make sure that your stop loss is corresponding to the previous support and a level which is obviously going to be providing and acting as some base support for the price action of a certain cryptocurrency. So that's just basically what I wanted to talk to you guys about as far as Matic is concerned in terms of BTC pairing and USD pairing as well. But obviously the USD pairing is looking extremely bullish and better than the BTC pairing for some reasons we already earlier talked about. So yeah, in case you guys have got any other questions for me, please do let me know in the comment section below. But I obviously have a very good feeling, I obviously have got very good expectations as far as Matic is concerned for the future, because these guys are doing something which is going to be helping Ethereum and cryptocurrencies in general scale. So obviously we've got big major companies like Decentraland building on top of Matic as opposed to Ethereum, even though Matic usually uses the power and the security of Ethereum to like provide its own security, right? It's obviously adding a little bit of value to Ethereum. So are people going to be migrating from Ethereum all the way to Matic, because Matic apparently has got its own blockchain? So yeah, that is something that we are obviously going to find out in the next year or two. But hey, as far as the market cap of Matic is concerned, we are literally sitting right around the 46.5 million US dollars market cap. So obviously this is something which can like literally do a 10x in a very short period of time. 10x from now is obviously going to be about 460 million US dollars, and this thing can actually go to about 2 billion, which is about 20x from now. So it just depends on the adoption and how Matic is going to be doing its thing. So yeah, I'm obviously looking forward to how the price of Matic is going to be performing in the future, but I'm obviously going to be keeping you guys updated. And it's been your boy Muna. Take care, hit the subscribe button, drop me a comment in the comment section below, and I'm obviously going to be talking to you guys a little bit later. Bye.